1 week on the wrist with my brand new Rolex Submariner Date. Is it more at home as a tool watch out in the wilderness? Or does it feel more appropriate in kind of a city type environment? Stay tuned to find out. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Shane Walls and I make my living as a fine art nature photographer who truly depends on his watches and are an intricate tool in my photography process. The Rolex Submariner debuted back in 1953 as a tool watch for divers. But soon following that, it was seen on the arms of famous actors. So it reached into pulp culture and kind of became an iconic watch, and some would argue has never been a tool watch since the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and slowly became more of a status symbol than a tool watch. Now, it would be impossible to fully answer that question with everyone being satisfied, especially after only having the watch for a week. But I would like to ask this: why can't it just be both? An amazing, tough, durable, accurate tool watch, as well as an iconic, handsome watch with good wrist presence. Now, if you saw my last video, I took the Rolex Submariner out up into the rugged wilderness of the Eastern Sierras, and it functioned perfectly as a tool watch. It was extremely tough, durable, and remained extremely accurate throughout the whole trip. But how did it do, and what was the wearing experience of the Rolex Submariner in a little bit more subdued environment, more as kind of a daily wearer watch? After wearing this watch around town, like out in the wilderness, the comfort level of this watch is very good. I will actually go out and say this is the most comfortable watch I have worn with the metal bracelet. The 41mm size is absolutely perfect for my 7-inch wrist. The overall look of the Rolex Submariner hasn't really changed ever since it came out in the 50s. But that's what kind of makes it iconic and so recognizable. I have to jump into one of the problems I'm having with this watch. I have been stopped on the streets so many times to ask about this watch. Now, in the wilderness, it was no big deal because I saw maybe 2 people up there. But that's the main reason I went with the black bezel, hoping to kind of slide under the radar, have the watch, have the Rolex name for the durability and accuracy. So the Submariner's iconic looks and history could be a bit of a problem. I had no issues with the people I spoke to, but the watch does draw some attention. I'm kind of surprised about that. I figured it would go a little bit under the radar because it's not the green flashy bezel. It's more of a under what I thought would be under the radar watch, but I was completely wrong on that. Now, other than that, the only other little gripe I have with this watch is the ceramic bezel. It's a tad bit too shiny. Nothing too bad, but if it was just a little bit duller, that would be nice because all the time I catch a shine off this watch. But other than those 2 little gripes, this has won me over, and I can see how it's the perfect one watch collection. This is an amazing watch. Timing out the accuracy of this watch, I've been keeping track, and it doesn't waver. It is just under a second fast a day. And that's whether it be just day to day in the city here or out in the wilderness. Accuracy hasn't changed. And bringing that tool watch side of it, it's kind of nice. I truly use it as a tool watch, but if you're not going to, it's kind of nice to have those features. The 300 meters of water resistance is so comforting when you're showing your nieces your cannonball skills, or when I'm just catching a few waves before I head into the studio. The quick glide system makes for easy adjustments, whether it's a hot day out or going scuba diving or surfing. The lume on this watch is bright and long lasting, making it very useful for those long days in the darkroom. The rotating bezel is both handy out in the field as well as here in an office environment. I like to use mine to set reminders, and it's definitely more elegant than having a damn phone keep beeping at you to remind you of an upcoming conference call. The power reserve on my particular Submariner is better than advertised. Rolex says 70 hours of power reserve. This one, it lasted 73 when I tested it. which lends itself perfectly for holiday weekends. Though day-to-day life is far more subdued than being out in the wilderness, the Rolex Submariner has been updated to thrive in both environments. This new updated movement provides massive protection both against shock and magnetism. And I can say I've subjected my Rolex Submariner to quite a bit of magnetism since I've had it, as well as giving it a few good knocks up against the corner of my desk or doorway. And I've had no issues. Want to breathe some new life into your home or office? Why not do it with some fine art nature photography? Through my exclusive fine art photography, I celebrate the beauty and grandeur of nature, but also the solitude and peace that I feel when I'm outdoors. Limited to only 18 prints per image, I use the best possible cameras when capturing that perfect moment in time, allowing for amazing image quality on any scale. Industry-leading printers with top quality materials to create these nature scenes as if you were there witnessing them for yourself. Check out my website for more information on these award-winning photographs. We are currently offering a discount to you, our YouTube viewers. 20% off your first order. Use code YouTube20 at checkout to take advantage of this. Cheers. The Rolex Submariner started out as just a tool. It still is a tool, but as well as being so much more. From formal events to swimming in mountain creeks, pool parties to diving under Arctic glaciers, all the way from weddings to some of the most harsh environments on this planet. The Submariner can do it all. What I quickly came to realize about the Rolex Submariner is you can buy it for its tool functionality, rough and tumble, tough tool watch. You can buy it for to flex at the next board meeting or at your 40th high school reunion. You can buy it because it's an iconic watch and you're into watches and your watch collection isn't complete without the Rolex Submariner. The thing is, this watch is so much to so many people, and who cares why you're buying it? As long as it makes you smile. The Rolex Submariner is extremely tough, rugged, extremely accurate. It's one of the most accurate full mechanical watches available, as well as it's a damn good looking watch. It is the everyday, everything watch. As well as too, if you take care of this watch with 10-year intervals between service, this watch will outlast you. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Cheers.